Hi everyone, Antoinette Westcott here, one veggie at a time, and today we have as our guest Ron Gilmore. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're good friends with Rashid?
Rashid, yes.
And that's who put us in touch. You obviously have tasted his wonderful burger.
Many times,
burger.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And your thoughts?
Love it. It's great. It's incredible, as he says.
That's what
I know
said.
that was horrible. I know, but still, whatever.
That's okay. And you're here today, and we're making chocolate
almond butter bites.
Bites.
It's a very simple, very quick recipe. Anyone can do it, even children. There are no knives involved, so no one's going to get hurt making this recipe.
I'll be safe. I can make this dish. I'm happy. I'm excited about it.
All right.
Okay.
So get started. First thing you want to use is, I use almond butter, but you can use peanut butter or any kind of nut butter you desire.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter, just whatever you enjoy. I start off with 4 tablespoons of the almond butter. And it doesn't have to be perfectly exact either. It can be just, pretty close.
So we're just pouring.
We're just
dipping
putting it in there.
Okay.
That's right. Like I said, this is easy and this is fast.
Fast and easy.
Yeah, those are things I like since I'm so busy. Fast and easy is good. Now I'm going to add, usually I put 1 tablespoon of cacao, but I'm going to put just a little bit more because this almond butter is a little runnier than what I usually use, so I want to make sure it gets firm. Yeah, I want to thicken it up.
Okay.
Also, we're going to use...
Oh, no, go ahead.
A little agave syrup. I like to use the raw agave rather than, say, the other ones. Oops.
And agave is a replacement for honey.
Yeah, for honey or other kinds of sweeteners. Some people like agave a lot, some people don't, but your preference. You can use something else like coconut sugar or coconut nectar if you like.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
I've never had those.
Yeah, they're really good. I like to use a little bit of vanilla too. You can use the actual vanilla bean if you like. It's a lot more expensive than I like to usually to use. So this
we got extract.
Yes. Now the last thing we're going to do, very simple, we're just going to mix it all up. Just got to be a little careful here. Get it mixed in there really good.
Looking good.
Yes, not, like I said, not going to be hard.
And you use chunky, crunchy peanut butter.
Well, that's what I have this time.
Butter.
That's what I have this time.
Okay.
Usually no, but the great thing about this is you can add pretty much anything you want. You can put raisins or goji berries or even chocolate chips if you want to put them in there.
Okay.
It's a pretty flexible recipe.
Well, how long have you been vegan?
About 14 years. I started a little before that. I just started giving up one kind of meat like pork, and then I gave up another, then another, and pretty soon I was, I got into raw vegan food, which I love a lot. That's my favorite way of eating. Raw vegan, yeah. And now I do a little bit of both. I do raw and I do just straight vegan, basically mainly simply cooked foods, potatoes, rice, that kind of thing. Okay. Yeah.
And why raw did you transition into that?
Well, I just always had this desire to be healthier, and raw was just something that came to my attention. I tried it and I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. I felt great.
Okay.
My acid reflux I used to get was gone. Headaches I would get after lunch were gone. I just felt energetic and live, so I kept doing it. Yeah,
Okay.
So now I have a sort of a balance between just raw and just, I guess, straight vegan. Now this is the fun part.
Oh.
This is where we get to use our hands. So I'll give you some of this here.
Okay.
And
all right.
And yes, by the way, just for those out there, we did wash our hands.
We did wash our hands.
We did wash our hands. Roll it up some more. I like to get it all mushed together, kind of blend all the flavors together. And what I do is I like to separate this into 8 separate pieces. That way I know I figured out the nutritional information on this, and it comes out to about 65 calories each for those of you who want just a light little snack. So
this isn't just one.
No. I usually break it up, like I said, into 8. So that way you can keep track of whatever you want to keep track of. Just keep it small.
And how many of these would you eat in one go?
Well, I could eat all of them if I wanted to, really. But I stick with usually one at a time, Just make it a light little dessert, Generally,
that size?
yeah, that's that's maybe a little smaller than usual, but that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
It's whatever you want to do, you know. It's okay. Then after we do this, we have one more finishing touch.
Oh. Those nuts are not making it.
Yeah, that makes it a little more difficult. Like I said, I usually don't use the nuts.
Okay.
But, you know, it's all right.
Mine are way smaller.
Pour some coconut flour into the bowl here. And what we'll do, once we have our balls made here, we will just roll them in the coconut flour. And mix them over here. Now this does a couple of things. One, it just keeps, sometimes the outside can be a little tacky, it just depends. So this just keeps it from sticking to things, and also it just makes it look cute. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
What is it again?
It's coconut flour. That's all it is.
Okay.
Has a nice little flavor to it. Just adds a little extra zing to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you used any other kind of?
No, just coconut
just
flour.
coconut flour.
Yeah, I have that on hand for other recipes, so I'm going to roll some in there and get involved.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Sorry, I'm
Yeah, I don't want you to
slacking
miss,
on my duties.
yeah, I don't want you to miss out.
Thank you.
And I said this could be a good thing to make with kids. You know, it's nice and easy. It's fast, you know, so their attention spans won't wander. And then they'll have a delicious treat afterwards.
And then they can almost make it on their own.
Easily.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Send them to the kitchen while you're...
yeah. Like I said, no knives involved, so...
Is that what you do with your kids?
I don't have kids.
Oh.
I'm a big kid myself, so I don't necessarily need them.
All right. Okay.
And there we are. Chocolate almond butter bites.
Wow.
We call them bites because that's exactly what they are.
Simple and quick and easy.
Wasn't it? But now the big test, how they taste.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Well.
All right,
let's
go
try
for
them.
it. All right, I'll go for one of my mini ones.
All right. I say it's a pass.
This is cool.
I think I would put maybe a little more sweetener in this particular one. I haven't used that particular agave before, but me personally, I put just a little bit more. But depends on how you like it. If you like it, you know, a little not as sweet, a little bitter, a little more bitter with the chocolate, that's fine too.
Maybe a little more peanut butter.
You can do that too.
Or almond butter.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Because it's very chocolatey.
I like the chocolate.
Okay. So, you have a Mr. Raw
My
Man.
cartoon? Raw Man and Green Girl.
Yes.
Available on YouTube. There are 3 episodes I've animated so far. It's a cartoon. It's done in the classic 60s animation style. And I'm working on the 4th one right now.
Oh. You're writing the script, or?
I write it, animate it, draw them. My girlfriend and I, we came up with the characters in 2008 because we felt really energized on raw food. And I said, I feel like a superhero. I'm Raw Man. And she said, I'm Green Girl. And I said, hey, that could be a cartoon.
Oh my goodness. That simple. That easy.
Yeah, it was that simple. Well, yeah, making the cartoon was a little harder though. That's another thing. It takes a while.
Design.
I design them, I animate it, I do one of the voices, I do Raw Man. And I hire other people to do other voices, and I hire people to do music, and some of the other things that, you know, maybe I can't do or would take me forever to do. So it takes me generally 4 years to do one. Yeah, animation is slow, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you're talented.
Well, that's what some people say.
The word on the street.
Yeah, that's what they say. So, you know.
Okay, well, if someone wants to get this recipe, we will put it up with all the ingredients and share with the kids how easy this is to make. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, work with you on the project.
Yeah, you can get in touch with me through rawmanandgreengirl.com. You can find me on Facebook. You can also find me on Twitter at The Real Raw Man. So any of those ways are just fine.
Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate you being our guest today.
Thanks for having me.
Loving these chocolate almond butter bites.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time on One Veggie at a Time.